And then I deeped it. I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. These lot tried to get onto me about it.
I told you. The inspiration was there.
No, because I'd already copped the vinyl.
What's the shame in it? I don't understand.
Well, I don't understand. But there is no shame. What would be the shame?
The point is that conversation, that prosecution that you did last week of him was living, just living rent free. It was living. It was living.
What did I say in the group? What did I say?
Are you a weekend stan or not? Are you so? Do you own it? Do you own it that you're a weekend stan?
I came to the podcast and said that. But what did I say in the group?
What's the problem? There's no problem. You're arguing for no reason.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I think you shit. I've never listened to an album of his.
But then I don't feel like, you know what, you can't lead with that argument in it. You're saying someone's rubbish or they're shit, but you're not listening to an album. If you wanna really critique somebody, you have to say that you've listened and consumed and you're making an educated analysis.
I'm not making educated analysis.
No one is gonna tell me an artist is shit if they've not listened to the album.
Shit for me. I can say shit for me.
I prefer the Weeknd before he done the lane switch and the haircut.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely a lane switch. His version of Dirty Diana is crazy.
What are you saying? You're not feeling, I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
No.
I feel like that's what you think of when you think of The Weeknd.
No. I know. But it's the most poppiest tune, but it's hard though.
I think of Crew Love.
It's hard.
I think of Crew Love.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think of Crew Love. I don't want to. That's the pocket that The Weeknd is gone. That's where he's gone. Like all of that. You know that video?
Nah, but popular's
hard. But that's hard, you know? Popular's just
Playboy Carti and Madonna.
No, popular is just a smash. It's like a hit record. Anyone could have done it. No disrespect. He could have written that song and given it to anyone, and it goes. Up. That's not. This is The Weeknd sound.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm kind of talking about. The Weeknd
feel it
sound.
coming. I feel it coming. I don't need to pause. That's the name of the song.
The song is paused then.
The conversation is on site, man. Thank you to the good people at Levi's, Haus, and Strauss. Ain't it funny that we're in the building and man are sweating already? Man are under pressure.
We can't start.
You know what I'm saying? No, we can start. The camera's rolling.
We started like this last time. I'm saying
man are sweating, bruv. Look at MT's forehead.
No. What we gonna do is not try and make MT the fool guy. Don't defend yourself. I'm defending you already. I'm already defending you, my bro. We're not making him the fool guy, yeah? Big up MTK, set us up, got the mic sounding crisp, got the cameras, better be looking sharp.
Yeah.
And them thing there, man.
He's
Big
never
up
the
your
fool
status,
guy, man. He's a wizard, bruv. And wizards sweat, though.
Big up SK, the Moonwalker. Let's go.
SK Vibemaker in the building. Which one's my camera? Just so I know, just like this one, innit? I'm in the building. I just want you to see me in 3D, obviously, HD, 4K, maybe 6K today. How about that? SK Vibemaker, know yourself out here. DJ Illness.
Back once again, you already know what time it is.
With the ill behaviour.
With all the ill behaviour.
With the ill behaviour.
Like, let's not do that every episode as well. We know what I'm on. Yeah, man.
Yeah, shit. You feeling good today? You're mean and green today.
Yeah, man. You know what it is? I touched on this topic or tried to touch on the topic at the end of last episode when I was saying spring is here, man. So I felt springalocious, if that's even a word. I just made sure it was a word. I felt springalocious, and yeah, man, we're green. We're green. What are you telling me? How you feeling, man?
We say when it comes springalocious for you, it's green for you, yeah? I thought
all of the many colours of spring.
I thought green was maybe like the colour that you have when you're feeling a bit like down. No, sick. No, is it not? I don't know. I'm just saying, are you repurposing the colour of green? Because I respect it though, because the green's looking good today though. I like it, the colour code.
You don't know where you're going with what you're saying. I'm just going to say tap out, man. Tap out.
I don't smoke.
Okay, cool. All of that.
I'm blue today. I'm blue. Blue's kind of like, blue's kind of sad and that, but I like blue. Blue's my colour, man. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, bro. What are you telling me? How you living, bro?
I'm living good, man. There was some squinting going on in the studio before we started filming today and that, and it wasn't me and it weren't illness, but somebody accused somebody of squinting and doing the light skin.
This guy started today. You came to talk your stuff today. You did. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna bait him up. I'm gonna bait you up there because you know what SK likes to do, yeah? He likes to get onto you with a smile on your face. You can't even be angry. You know them ones there. That's a technique, guys. Learn, be aware. You get me? And let me put you on game, fam. Game, family. So what's been going on, fam? What's been going on?
I've been accused of pouting sometimes. I'm not scared to say it.
You've been accused of pouting?
I've been accused of pouting and it's like, it's not on purpose.
So you just want to bring up your allegations and just talk about them freely?
But allegations is like, you make it sound so sinister, like allegations.
We're going to talk about allegations later. So I just, you get me? You see what I'm doing? I'm planting seeds for the podcast and stop that whole line of conversation. We're moving on, bro. You get me? So what's been going on, man? What's been going on?
What's been going on at Party Next Door? He put out an album cover. I'm just flying straight in. He put out an album cover, yeah. And on the front of the album's called P4. It's his fourth album.
Okay.
Eagerly anticipated. A few years since he's released the album.
Okay.
And there's a woman on the front cover. I'm not sure if this is the official cover, but this is what he posted on all fours.
Yeah.
And people
Spread
are
eagle.
outraged.
Why are people outraged?
Well, spread eagle, but it stops short of you seeing, like, you know what I'm saying?
She's ready for the backers. Let's just keep it real.
Well, people are saying maybe it was mid-backers. Like, people actually
Don't
said that.
do people saying. What are you saying?
No, people, like, I looked
No,
at
what
the
are you
comments.
saying, bro?
I don't know if it was mid-backers because she didn't look sweaty.
Okay, cool. All right, whatever. So are you outraged?
Was I outraged? I don't know if I'm desensitized to this stuff because I'm like, you know what, bro? I've seen album covers, I've seen things like this before, but they're saying that, like, did Cardi have like a
Very
photo
revealing.
for her last single and that was flagged on Instagram as being like sexual content? So
That's interesting. That's interesting.
So how did you feel? Was you outraged when you saw that Party Next Door P4 cover or possible cover?
Do you know what? And this is like, shows you that where my mind is at. If that photograph does not tie into the theme of the album, then I think it's ridiculous. Because now you're just attention seeking. Do you know what I'm saying? If it ties into the theme of the album, then it's closer to genius.
If the theme of the album is probably going to be sex and relationships, then boom, you know what? You know how Party Next Door gets down.
Party Next Door is a fantastic writer. I'm sorry to be, praising everybody, but I do like to radiate positivity where possible. Party Next Door's pen is insane. Like, I'm not even going to do it. Go through his discography. It's outside. But yeah.
I know you know about this stuff, and I like, just for the people watching, listening and that, what do you think are some of the things to cite when we're talking about great songwriters?
Oh dear. Depends on the genre, but I mean, listen, timeless music. Great songwriter, timeless music. Like, there's many other stipulations, but that is number one. If your song can go past a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, one of the greatest songwriters, and people might not even really think of him as a songwriter, might think of him as a cultural figure, Bob Marley. His songs are living today. Kids are hearing these records like
Timeless stuff that like, was written a long time ago that still can be related to many decades later.
Do you know what it is? It's not even always relation in my opinion. It's just a feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the resonation. It's the frequency. Listen, there's something going on in social media recently. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it, where everyone's kind of talking about things on a frequency. And I'm sorry to tie into it, guys. It's a little bit cringe, but in terms of music, frequency is actually a necessary thing. So yeah, that part, if any of that made sense. Matt's about to say something.
I hear you. Listen, I need Party to change that album cover for sure. By the time it drops, it needs to change.
Why?
Because I ain't putting that on my wall.
But it doesn't have to be just about your wall, though.
No, but the thing is, look, if anyone's a real Party fan, they know when he dropped Persian Rugs on SoundCloud. That was also a bit like, a girl in soft, low lighting.
Put that on the screen immediately, please.
Yeah. See, now I can deal with that. That can go in the wall. But come on, full flash in backshot. Like, that's not. Come on.
What full flash?
No one good.
Never saw the crack.
I'm saying lighting wise. It's just.
He trying to be a photographer on this. You get me? He's talking about the lighting and the focus in these things.
The imagination is a great thing, innit? Like, people might have thought different things about that, innit? They might have been thinking about, what does the front look like? What does the face look like? What does the rest of her look like?
Is this what you was thinking? Because don't tell me about what people were thinking. Okay, tell me what you were thinking.
I didn't think that. I just thought like, yeah, okay. It's kind of a little bit like raunchy and that, but I feel like we're desensitized. When I think about what's for my eyes and maybe what's for a younger person's eyes, yeah, maybe it's not advised for that to be a cover, an album cover, because maybe it's limiting.
Do you know what I find really interesting? Yeah, I'm gonna leave Party alone for a second. Fashion, right? You see all of the Met Gala where, it's like a fashion show, could be a horror show in most of the places, but it's a fashion show, etc., etc. And a lot of these people are turning up to these events and you can just see straight through the clothes. But when it's done at the Met Gala, nobody says nothing other than, wow, this person is dressed by insert designer here.
You're saying things see-through, but you can never see pom-pom though. It's always like...
It don't matter what you can and can't see. You can see more than enough. You can see more than you probably should. How about that? So Party does...
High fashion.
High fashion.
What they call high fashion.
High fashion. And even in the term
and the
high
person that's
fashion...
wearing the fashion probably high as well, innit?
Yeah. Well, maybe not on drugs, but like high in status. Okay, cool.
No. High on drugs.
Okay, you said that. So what I'm saying now is that in that arena, it's cool. It's respected. It's to be aspired to be. Party puts a girl on his front cover and now everyone's on some, what are you doing?
Perspective though, innit?
What is the perspective? Body's outside. What's the difference? Show me the difference.
If you're doing it in a classy way where you're so you can
classily put your body outside?
I think you can.
You agree with that?
I think you can.
Kemi, I see you nodding.
There's a difference between
okay. No. We have a woman on the mic and I'm so glad because I don't want to mansplain none of this. Kemi, how are you doing? Hope you're blessed. What are you telling me about? There is a classy way to put your body on camera.
Of course. Yeah. There's like, there's photographers that do like boudoir shoots and all of those. So, and they put their body on display. I feel like there's ways to like even when pregnant women, when they're like, they pretty much show like everything and it's like their bump. And then I think that's a classy way of like.
Tangent pending, illness is tapping out. Welcome, Rach, get a seat, man.
There's definitely a classy way of doing it. It's just, you don't have to show everything, but you can show enough.
Okay,
I just want to say the definition of a boudoir photography is a form of professional photography that is intimate, flattering the curves and the beauty of a client's body.
Yeah.
So if it's flattering, if it's non-flattering.
What was non-flattering about this party? About this? So scenario, people, scenario, and I don't want to stay too long on this, but scenario. So if the female model, we will label her for time being, name unknown to myself unless somebody else knows her name in the room, was wearing one of those Dolce & Gabbana see-through,
negligee kind of thing.
Negligee
on the
things,
front of the party.
And in the same position, does this now make it, what's
boudoir?
Yeah, does this not, come on guys, we're splitting hairs for no reason.
You're lost for words there, aren't you, Kemi?
I think it just depends on...
I respect your point. I respect your point. I'm not trying to shut your point down.
It definitely just depends on the pose and like, how it's done. Because I don't think anything you can do can make that classy.
Well, I think that people might of note say that like, it's quite natural because they're stretch marks, right? That's stretch marks. So it's not someone of
all hell
perfect,
stretch marks.
Like inverted commas. They didn't put someone on.
For those of you that are not, for those of you that are listening, right? For those of you that are listening, you can't see what's going on yet.
But they're gonna see it's gonna be up on the screen.
Matthew has a picture on his laptop and he's holding it up like the FA Cup. Right?
It's good.
I'm trying to understand.
Do you know what?
What is going on?
There's some man in life that have never had something like that in front of them. How about that? There's some man in life that have never had something like that in front of them.
Talk your stuff, my guy.
Bro.
Talk your stuff. Keep talking.
Real talk. Real talk.
All right, cool. So,
They might
conclusion.
be living vicariously through like seeing that cover there.
Conclusion, yeah?
What, did you put your hand up? You never seen something like that in front of you in real life?
Don't do that. I told you we're not picking on them.
Listen,
Don't respond, please. I got you. Conclusion, stand on your word. If that remains the album cover, you've got to pick a side. Do you like it or dislike it? You have to pick a side. No middle, no discussion. Do you like it or dislike it? If that is the album cover.
I feel like that the image is
And we're just
cool.
doing bare disclaimer.
Nah, I feel like the image is cool,
No
but I don't feel
disclaimer.
like it should be his album cover though.
No disclaimer. If that is the album cover, do you like or dislike?
I like it as an album cover. That
Cool.
don't mean it has to
Thank
come
you.
out though.
Okay.
Do you like it as an album cover? Does it have to come out?
Well, if I have to pick a side, I say I like it. I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
But as I said to you before, there is a caveat to that. It needs to tie into that album.
For us, man, it reminds us of a time, possibly.
Don't us, man. Don't us, man. Heal for you to dead. Yeah, heal for you to dead. I'm calm.
In prior life.
Heal for you to dead, I said. Heal for you to dead. So, boom, we're talking about...
Let me sip my water.
All right, cool. So we're talking about album covers. There's just 2 album covers that I want to mention. You don't have to put these on the screen.
If you say my one, because I said it to you beforehand, we're going to have a fight in it.
The podcast will be back in about 25 minutes with me by myself. Now, what I'm saying is this. 2 album covers that I'm going to mention. 2 album covers that I'm going to mention, right? Do not put these on the screen, right? Slow Tie, Nothing Great About Great Britain. If you've seen that album cover, I feel like there should be a lot more outrage about that than this, right? And the other one is a historical one by Lil C's. It's been a long time. He knows that he didn't need to make that album cover. He knows he didn't need to make that album cover. So the question that that we asked was, what are your top 3 favorite album covers? Not necessarily your most outrageous, but your top 3 favorite album covers, right? That was it. Because okay, cool. So you can kick it off, and I pray you don't pick none of the ones that I've selected.
Like my top 1, I feel like there's not even something that comes close to it, man. This album cover is like a whole magazine. No, not a magazine. It's like a whole comic. Okay. It was iconic then. It's still iconic now. Some people had some rubbish to talk about. Obviously, you can't universally satisfy people. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, 1993. Sick album cover. Boom, bam. That's just one of one for me. I don't feel like anything comes close to it. I can't even name it.
So you've not got 2. So you haven't got no. So you just got 1.
I like Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die. I thought that's kind of cool.
You're just picking iconic hip hop albums. You're cheating, bro. You're cheating at this point. You're just picking iconic hip hop album.
I like J Haus Common Sense as well.
Dope.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. The thing is, when the album actually, like, it's just an insane album.
You just like the album cover, innit?
Yeah, it kind of does feed in, because on a mad one, and when I looked at it and I was considering like my favorite albums, I picked Thriller. But when I looked at the cover, I said to myself, there's a little bit zesty, guys. There's a little bit zesty. So, yeah, but that's maybe the thing. I think the 3 albums that I got, and they're just iconic,
album covers that
I got. DMX, Flesh on My Flesh. See?
Yeah.
I expected you to come in and actually had a backup one just in case, but I thought you was going to come in.
And I want to explain it though. He's in the bath with the blood, innit?
He's standing up.
Yeah.
The blood. I mean, on the rest of the artwork.
But he's in the bath. He's in the bath with the blood. Like, that's sick album cover.
Dizzy Rascal.
And it was real blood, you know?
I didn't know that.
No, not blood as in like human blood.
Yeah. But it was animal blood. Okay, yeah. Well, that must have smelled fantastic in that album, on that cover shoot. Dizzy Rascal Boy in the Corner is just one of my favorite album covers. It's like you can put that up in an art gallery and just look at it. It says everything that it is. You don't even need to write. You don't need to write Boy in the Corner. You just have the album artwork there and look at that, and it's just like something to look at. And then I have to, man, Kanye West Graduation. That one is. Yeah, it's comic artwork, just like the Snoop Dogg one, but it's a little bit more high end, and you know the merchandise, everything that came from that album cover is you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a serious thing.
Proper things. Someone in the house said Michael Jackson Dangerous as well. I don't know.
Yeah. Epic.
You definitely trumped me with your album cover choices today.
Yeah, because you're just lazy, bruv. You had that one, but we even said that we were going to talk about this.
The DMX cover though, sick.
Yeah,
I feel like that's up there as a winner.
It's man. It's one of the most iconic. I'm not going to repeat myself. Anyway, hopefully,
I feel like we might have to do a fact check, because I said like it was real blood, like animal blood. I'm not even 100% sure.
Yeah, somebody might have lied to me. All of that was you. You can come back on. You can come back on that. So we're on the topic of albums.
I don't know why. Sorry, I just got a segue. I'm seeing a red hat in the back. It's not a MAGA hat though, is it?
So we're on the topic of albums. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. SK Vibemaker is in the house. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get on to everybody as normal. New music this week, or since our last podcast, because one's 2 weeks old and we're still going over it. The first one that we got, the project that we got this week, is Strandz No. Man's pushed the mic away, so obviously wants me to keep talking. 8 tracks, 19 minutes. I feel like, for my ears, this is his debut project, and I think he's actually said it's an EP, but we're just going to say project to keep everything consistent. Nice, short, sweet, hot takes.
What a start, man. 2023 obviously came in the game with Us Against the World, was like one of the first tracks he had. He had Digga D on the remix, and people have been anticipating a project from him, and this serves. I feel like he didn't go with the trends and waves on this, and he came.
Can we get our hot takes off before we get into the breakdown?
Expectations for the project. I feel like they were. I had good expectations. I was expecting something after what I heard in 2023. What was your expectations?
Okay, so out the gate, I had Strandz as best newcomer last year. I know when we done the pod with Sarah Harrison, I said Byron Messiah, but we were talking. But out of the UK, that was my favourite breakthrough on a personal level, because I felt like this is music I could get down with. So I was looking forward to, I mean, listen, you know me, I don't care. I get the project when I get it. I was looking forward to hearing a body of work from him. And I'm enthusiastic about what's next to come. Something that people might not know. He is either sole producer or credited as a producer on all 8 tracks. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
we're saying Kanye West, UK Kanye West in Jamaica. I know you don't
UK
like that.
Anybody.
No, sorry,
Strandz.
I got to do it sometimes though.
Strandz.
For them to understand.
No, Strandz. Yeah, he's UK Strandz. His name is Strandz. That's what we're doing, or that's what the code that I'm gonna live by. So yeah, that just broadened the horizon because I feel like when I heard his music, the first record that you just mentioned,
Us Against the World.
Us Against the World, it was like sonically, this sat somewhere different to what's generally being released. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, and that was kind of one of the things, the sound was what got me more than his lyrics. I was like, who's this and what's he? Okay. And then there's another track that I caught up with on a Spotify playlist. I'm lazy, I ain't gonna lie. Spotify help me out sometimes.
Is this quick fire? Is this quick
No, because we just skipped that, but we're gonna do that in a second. Jezebel. That record is mad. So after I've got them two, he done a freestyle. I can't remember what freestyle it was. Maybe it's Hardest Bars on one of them that I also heard. I'm like, I'm a fiend. I need more music. I need more music. So this is what we got. So boom, let's get into it. Hot takes. Best production.
Best production. Feeling Alive. Best production, Feeling Alive, man. This song makes me feel like I'm moving in slow motion for some reason. You know what I'm saying? This is the vibe.
Featuring Lancey Foe.
Yeah. Was this your one as well?
Yeah, so obviously last week I said you have to find your own, your own thing.
No, we could do the same, it's fine.
No, so I'm gonna say No Time. That gave me Missy Elliott vibes. Missy Elliott and Timbo, the track that Cardi's just obviously had a go at, let's say respectfully. She's a B. It had a similar beat pattern and he was just flowing and going and flowing and going on it. So yeah, man, I was feeling that. But that record that you just said was crazy for me.
Quotables. I don't necessarily have quotables at this point for the quick fire, yeah, but I'm telling you, this guy has got a whole vibe.
Yeah, he can rap.
He's got a whole vibe. You know what I mean? He's got a laid back approach.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're going to like this because I know you don't like the UK versions of, but he's a child of 50 Cent for me.
Oh yeah, that's not UK version of. That's like yeah.
And that, like, if you've never heard Strandz' music before, think child of 50 Cent, think laid back flow, think wave.
My quotable is, I'm an artist, golden age, where's my palazzo? This ain't BBL music. Yeah, all of it's natural. And then he went on, he said, it's a hood renaissance, let me paint a Picasso. I'm used to doing dope. I did it without dope. I said, you know what? This guy's on his thing, man. And listen, don't get it twisted, yeah? There are mad bars in the world. Like, I'm not saying this is but in the context and how he was dropping it, like, I had to Google Palazzo, guys. I thought he was talking about Palazzo like a sake, but he's actually talking about art in Italy. And I said, you know what? This is an out-of-the-box bar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when I say out of the box, it's like, come on now. We can all rap about hood stuff and use the same references. And like, let's go outside of that and let's put up... and show me the rapper, the UK rapper or the rapper that's talking about this kind of level when they're going into talking about the art form. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was serious for me. I got a couple more. I did like the hook on Igbo Boy.
Yeah.
He said, I'm a Niger boy with a Russian on me. I said, is that what we're dealing?
Something like J5 could have maybe produced that one there. It was in that kind of pocket vibes.
Yeah. And on Take Your Time, he had, I came up on Nina, I came up on Mover. As a school hearing about movies, meeting a shooter and seeing the future. Listen, anyway, yeah. I can't rap it in the same cadence. So I don't want to do it injustice without the beat on, but yeah, fam, there was bars in there. There was definitely bars in there. Replay value.
Replay value is, yeah, I'd say like there's a fair replay value on this, man. There was only one skip for me, which was Attention. That was only the only song for me that was skippable. Did you have any skips?
No, I didn't have any skips. I've got good replay value. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so describe the project in a word or phrase.
I mean, a fantastic debut, man, and a child of 50 Cent, man. That's my
fantastic debut.
Yeah,
that's your summary.
Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Why you feel like that was a bit zesty? Like that's
That's not me. That's just the word in the vernacular outside in the streets, and I understand it. My daughter is always saying, "Dad, that looks," and not at me, by the way, not at me. When we're watching content, she'll say that looks a bit zesty.
What's your analysis of the project, man? What's your roundup?
No. My word is foundation. Like, this is the first brick, you get me, to the career that he's building. Do you know what I'm saying? So I say foundation, and I think it's strong foundation, actually. Let me say strong foundation. I feel like this is a solid brick to build the rest of your career on. So I'm here for it. I advise everybody to check it out. If he didn't qualify for nominations of Best Newcomer last year, he gonna be in it this year. Like, and as long as he manages to keep the work rate up, I'm sure he's gonna be in it this year. So when he takes that award, just play this clip back, because I was a year early in it. Like, I'm just saying that stuff.
Straight up. You know what I like? I like the fact he didn't go with waves. Like he's definitely got his own pocket. He's got like, you know,
he called it an interlude. That was slightly going into showing people I can do that stuff as well.
Exactly. So I feel like he just went there with that one song. But this is not a project that follows the waves. There's no drill on this as well. There's no UK drill. Like I heard like someone in the room say this is very road rappy. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like it was road rappy like that. But he definitely raps about his street-ish. An Idea Was Born was one of my favorite songs. He made it very clear
he's fully legit as well.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I'm fully that's why I can't kill you, but I'll make a hit. That's what he said on An Idea Was Born. That was one of my quotables, you know what I'm saying? I just got to say that again. I'm fully lidged. That's why I can't kill you, but I'll make, I'll make a hit.
I'll make a hit. No. I had that written down. I let it written down still. You know what I'm saying?
An Idea Was Born. I think with Tendai on that song. That was one of my standout songs. But like, there was only one song on the project that I didn't like anyway. So like, and he likes a vocal sample as well. I noticed there was like a lot of vocal samples on this, and some people can make that work. And
I mean, to be fair, like I just like the fact that he's actually involved in the production because then obviously he can really execute his ideas. I saw an interview with him on Complex, and he was talking about Sade. Now, I'm not being funny. If you're going to mention her, you need to continue up with that because that's like a UK GOAT. But the fact that she's even on his radar shows you he's deep in this thing.
Nah, if you're quoting Sade, you know what I'm saying? You're not on a joke thing when it comes to this music thing, you know what I mean? That's the Sade I do, you know what I mean? To those who know.
Case in point.
There's more than Sweetest Taboo. There's a bigger discography out there. Get me? Conversations ONSITE, SK Vibemaker DJ Illness. Big up Strandz, man. Strong project. Strong debut. What's the name of the project?
Oh my word. No Time by Strandz. You know what I'm saying? That's very important for us to put our record out now. Yeah, man. So it brings us to further conversation. I said in the conversation with Ace. Do you record that this year or was that the top of end of last year?
That was this year.
Okay. I said I made a bold statement. I said I think pretty much every year you get 2 to 3 new rappers that enter the mainstream and stay. Do you know what I'm saying? This year, I think I can put money on Strandz to be around for more than a minute. But it's like, I don't know, man.
You never know, though.
I don't know.
You never know, because there were guys that came in and we thought they was going to be here and they ain't around no more.
I mean, the industry, listen, this ain't always about ability. The industry can really swallow people up. Pause. I feel like I have to. I don't know why.
What, the industry swallowing you up needs to be a pause?
I did that. Yeah.
Because we're talking about the industry as in the music industry, not like loads of people within the industry swallowing you up.
Now you're making it sound like, well, I'm glad I said pause. But what do you feel about, like, personally?
The state of UK rap?
Personally. What are you saying?
I think people are like, people are starting to question it. And I think perspective is very important, innit? Because the way that this UK rap game has elevated in the last 15 years ain't a joke. Like, I don't want to always be on a historical thing, and say, go back, yeah.
But go back
to 2009 8 times and look how many people's favorite artists were making big compromises to make impact. Nowadays, artists ain't really compromising. They're doing it on their terms and making an impact. Okay. It's not just about the charting, but I'm talking about they're selling out shows and they're doing their thing on their terms.
But do you know what? Do you know something that, like, okay, it's on site, I got to say what I feel. Annoys me, bro. It actually annoys me. There are a few artists, I'm not calling names, not because I'm scared, just because I can't be asked, that are making songs that they don't need to make. And maybe it's hitting the bag. Maybe it's a festival. Maybe it's doing things in festivals outside of, Europe and stuff like that by using these popular samples and stuff. And I feel like back in 2008, 9 times, it was justified because the sound needed to be spread a certain bit. But I feel like a lot of these people that are even still doing these songs are, if they're not millionaires, they're going to be millionaires in a minute.
So what we're saying, back in 09 times, like the industry, the scene wasn't as
the music business in 09 was a mess.
It wasn't as established, so artists needed to sell out a little bit to make a bit of an impact. We're more established now.
I feel like
I'm saying sell out, so everyone knows what I'm saying.
You say sell out, but
they needed to compromise.
I feel like they needed to compromise to show investability, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like
to prove of concept, the concept, basically.
Like what your Chips and your Wileys and your Skeptors and like your Estelles were doing back then, they definitely had to like compromise a bit more. Nah, you got artists, while we got artists like Dave, K-Trap, Nine, Scraps, like flipping Little Sims, Nems, like Gets, Nux. I don't feel like we can ever feel like I don't. I've just mentioned those. I could go on, but the artists I've mentioned though, we can't mention those artists and say that we're in a bad state in this UK rap thing. Whilst we've got those artists reigning.
Do you know what I think? And I want to say two things. The first thing is that I don't feel like what Estelle did was much of a compromise. I felt like it sounded natural to what I was familiar with her with. Do you know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. Like American Boy, it's pop, but it's hard.
But do you remember Estelle from 2005?
Yeah.
So I'm saying like when she was doing like Trickstar and that with black twang, she was rapping.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I don't feel like she left that too far.
Nah, she definitely did.
Okay.
And I don't know whether that was evolution or whether that was compromise. But you know, she got in with like the big labels, she got in with the bigger producers, and everything elevates. So one way or another, her style changed.
Okay, but American Boy, and I forget the name of it, the record with Sean Paul, are very commercial records, massive. They're massive. I don't feel like that's compromising too much. And I feel like those are her biggest songs. But anyway, I digress.
1980 was very different to that though.
Yeah, 1980 was. Yeah, but 1980 was.
I like 1980.
I'm fanboying it.
Like
she compromised. You got me. You got me. What was the point that I was going to say though? What did you ask me?
The state of UK rap, man. Listen, I want to say as well, I didn't mention K-Trap, but I feel like we need to mention K-Trap. Me personally needs to be in the conversations more when it comes to like, you know, the poster boys or those are at the front of this UK rap thing at the moment. I feel like his discography as well and what he's been doing over the last 3-4 years is mad. No one can't chat to him about his discography over the last 3-4 years. No. Not many could chat to him.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
100%. My opinion on K-Trap's music, I think that it speaks for itself. Do you know what I'm saying? I found it interesting and I hold my hands up. I didn't pick up on Woman until Young Philly did it. But he's just putting out his music and I'm yet to see him complain on an interview. He's just cutting through and doing his thing. And I respect that. There's a few artists, like even like...
When did you get into K-Trap, would you say?
Just before he took his mask off.
Okay. So you was there for Street Side Effects? That's 2020.
Is that... No, what's the yellow CD?
Yeah, Street Side Effects.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad. That one. Yeah, that was the one. That was... Because you know what it is? I'm one of those DJs that will hear noise and want to know what the noise is about rather than run into the noise like, hey. So when I'm ready... I'll investigate, do you know what I'm saying? And I saw K-Trap's hype everywhere. And I was like, all right, cool, I need to deep dive on whatever this is because the things that I was just seeing on social media, I was just like, what is this? Do you know what I'm saying? And then afterwards I started listening and then I had to go back and then I understood it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, instantly I knew, and I'm not like that on everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's good. It's obviously, he's got his street life and his street past, but he's good at music. Do you know what I'm saying? Like credible musician, not just, you're only good because you know this man or your next man. I forget all of that.
Street Side Effects, Trapo, Last Whip 2. Man's put out some strong projects over the last few years, man. But I feel like we've seen the success of Central C and some people are mad, innit? Some people are mad at like, maybe like, at his success. I just think they are. They want to question like, they are mad at it, man. They want to question his like, how certified he is and this and that. He says that. Everyone's not going to be Central C type of artist he is, and everyone's not going to have the type of success Central C has had. Number ones, big streams, international acclaim, co-signs, big collaborations. But just because you're not going to be as big as that, don't mean you don't have a part to play. Do you know what I'm saying? I had a very interesting interview of M1 on the Beat. He's a UK dual producer. He's produced for many of your favorite artists. And he kind of like questioned the state of UK rap and said, well, like, not many people are doing what Cinch is doing, basically. And I kind of feel like there's other pockets, though. There's other pockets, right?
You said so much. I'm wondering what I'm going to respond to.
Is it just on the artist side? What about for the consumers? Do your consumers not feel like UK rappers in a bit of a state as well?
In a state? Okay, so if we're talking about one thing, are we talking about the success and the impact, or are we talking about the content?
I think we're talking about content.
We're talking about the content.
Yeah.
All of the artists I mentioned, I think, serve those purposes, man. Sorry, I'm so sorry I didn't say Mr. Justin Clark in there as well. Gets.
You did.
Like, I did say Gets?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just doubling down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all of the artists I mentioned before, your Nux, your Gets, your Little Sims, your Nems, your Dave, your, you know what I'm saying? All of those artists.
So what do people want? What are they asking for? Why are they saying?
I think people are greedy. I think people think that artists are robots. Release music now, rap now. Schoolboy Q said it to me in an interview recently as well. They think that these artists are like circus clowns. Like they're going to be releasing projects every 3-4 months. What? Like you criticize artists on one side of things, like releasing so much music and flooding. And then when they, you know what I mean? When they don't, you're like, where's the music? Like let the music live, man. You know what I'm saying?
But the music don't live, and that's the problem. That was the conversation that we had when Poet was here.
That's some of the problem as well. People don't value the music enough. We're in a fast food generation.
That's the conversation we had last podcast when we were talking about James Blake. Like we're going over stuff. I think that to answer the question, is UK rap elevating? I think the answer is yes. I feel like everybody, like if we all sat down in here now and said, who's the greatest UK rapper of all time? We might sit here for an hour and talk and not come to a conclusion that everybody's happy with.
Well, we're not trying to, but everybody being happy is about, again, it's not about elitism. I'm just saying it's about who's qualified to understand that.
You said that.
No.
The point that I'm making is that all of this is subjective. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But if you're asking me, is UK rap elevating? What you said a minute ago about if you turn back the clock and see where we was 10 years ago, even if you turn back 5 years ago to see where we are now, it's a completely different space that we're in. We've got a lot more rappers doing well. We've got a lot more, I would say, good music. But I think because, you know, like when you've got so much choice, you get lost in the choice as opposed to actually enjoying your choice.
What kind of elevation do people want to see? We've seen an artist like Stormzy headline one of the biggest festivals in this country, which is Glastonbury. Do you want to see like UK rappers at number 1 in the charts, on the album charts for 4 or 5 weeks? Does that mean like elevation? Do you want to see like
what do you want to see,
UK
bro?
rapper collaborate with the biggest US rappers?
What do you want to see?
I think that elevation is consistency. At the very least, I think it's consistency. I do think it's like artists headlining more festivals, like what Stormzy's done. I don't think many UK rappers have done that or are even close to doing that.
I want to say that I look at Dreamville and I look at BBK and I say, where's that at?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's because you see, like, if we're going to be about this for us, by us mentality, and we're on a thing where it's like, you know what, we're elevating and we're taking up, then obviously we need to have more of our own things in terms of what's next. I can't lie, I'm having fun in the club. I don't know how you feel about the music that you play when you play out, but I'm having fun, a lot of fun in the club.
Do you remember there was a time when you couldn't play, that like people was like, UK rap didn't used to even get played in the club, bruv?
I remember that time. Well, no, listen, it depends on who you are, innit? Some people like me are just brave and they're going to play it anyway.
No, but I'm saying that there's playing it and there's getting a reaction. So we could have forced it if we wanted to 10 years ago.
No,
and you just weren't going to get the reaction like that.
10 years ago, Talking the Hardest was here, bro.
Talking the Hardest, yes. But you're going to be scrambling around for like, can you mention another 9? Can you mention 10 songs?
I could, but we're not going to do that because, you know what I'm saying? I have to start thinking and you're going to see my thinking face on the camera and I'm not here for that.
As much as we love...
It sounds like he's trying to style on you as a DJ.
No, he's not going to style on me because like there were big songs on the
That's
underground.
what happens when you go from Matthew.
There were big songs. There were big songs. There were big songs on the underground that people loved, music connoisseurs.
When did man don't care about all that? There was a lot, bro.
Hold on. Let me land. Let me finish, yeah? There were big songs on the underground that music connoisseurs like things like Murder by Kalashnikov. Couldn't play that in the club really and have it go off. Do you know what I'm saying? Many songs like that.
All right, listen, I want to, we got a lot to talk about, yeah. So I want to ask you 2 questions. Conversation? That was what I was going to ask you, so you answer, bro.
I don't have the answers for that. I feel like
we
have to ask DJ Logan Sama.
Okay.
Maximum.
Okay.
Oblig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open invitation to all names mentioned. Big up Rooney, Risky Rose, all of you, you're welcome to come down and us have that conversation.
And I feel like they might struggle to tell us where Grime is as well. Because he's definitely...
okay, let's not put words in their mouth. Let's have the conversation.
Okay, but I want to say that it's not in a healthy place, is it?
Do you know what, right? Interestingly, I was watching a Wiley interview in the past month. Interestingly. And I think it may have been ZZ Mills, it may have been somewhere else. And he made a comment in reference of AJ Tracy saying that, I believe he said that when he made, what's the?
Ladbroke Grove.
Ladbroke Grove, thank you. That he ended his career. you know what I'm saying? Wiley said that, I didn't say that. That's what Wiley said, yeah?
I think Mr. Cowie was maybe trying to get a headline there, or he might have been just on one.
But after that interview, AJ Tracey went missing for a minute.
But
you know what I'm saying?
was it really down to just that song though?
No, I'm just saying. So in hindsight, you look at that and you're like, rah, Wiley might actually have been onto something. Reason why I'm bringing it up is not to push down AJ Tracey, is to say that he's made a resurgence recently. And I feel like he's gone back to his roots being more grime style. I'm not saying it is grime, because that's a whole debate for another day, but he's gone back to his sound. And I think it sounds very good.
Okay, but we're not talking about new grime artists though, are we? Emerging grime.
We are not. But let's not like. Even
when we talk about the health of grime,
I watched the JME interview last night. I think it's called The Fellas, the podcast. He's talking about. I think, is it called Grime FM? The show that he tours and all that.
Off the back of his last album.
So it's like, come on now, like the spotlight, the mainstream spotlight is going to do what the mainstream spotlight does. But I'm saying, okay, maybe we're not getting a situation where these grime artists are coming into the mainstream spotlight. But I'm saying if you're a grime fan, you might have a very different opinion to what just came out of your mouth. All
right. There is a grime scene and there is a pulse, isn't there? There's a pulse, yeah. But we are talking about, when we talk about a scene, we're talking about, for a lack of a better term, me using a conveyor belt of new energy coming through. And there's just not that new energy coming through that's impacting. If we are talking about, when we're talking about, you know, you just said about emerging artists, you put Strandz as like one of your artists to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
How far down the list do we have to put before we put even a grime MC there?
But then are you making the music as a grime MC to be a grime MC like JME preaches, or are you making it to get in the mainstream spotlight?
It's not about the mainstream. We're just talking about...
It is, because you're not going to grime raves. So you can't tell me there's no energy if you're not there. The same thing that you were saying when we were talking about The Weeknd before the camera turns on, and a man was saying they do not like The Weeknd. You're saying, how can you say that you're not listening to none of the music?
I've been in grime raves.
When last?
The last few years.
Case in point.
Bladder. No.
Last few years. That's
within the last few years.
In the speed of this music industry, more than a year is too long.
But listen to me. I'm around grime. I'm on Rinse FM, which is the home of grime music. I'm around it. It's flowing around me.
Humble brag. Go on.
I'm around it.
Okay. Listen, hear what I'm saying here? I'm not the police, but I'm just not going to sit here and talk into this camera saying, I am agreeing with you. I think grime is... I'd hate the term grime is dead. I think grime is not this and it's not offering nothing. I need to go and see. The last den at Fabric that I went to with Frisco, I think that was at the back end of last year. It might have been this year. I'm losing track of time. Bro, it was so refreshing. The energy was mad. Flowdown, Grammy. What are we saying, guys? I'm not
Again,
in
we're
there.
talking about legacy.
I'm not in there.
Legacy grime acts,
yeah,
though, right?
But so then if we're
I'm talking about the conveyor belt of new artists coming through.
If we're talking about legacy grime acts, then you have to take Gets out of that whole rant you just went on. You're not allowed to talk about him because he's not new. What are we doing?
Last episode, we reviewed Geordie's new projects, and on there's like a grime flow in there. There's a track featuring JME.
His pick of the project. Carry on.
The DNA of some of those tracks is grime.
We don't have to debate the impact and the legacy of grime. We are talking about the conveyor
is grime
belt.
not alive in that project?
Grime has a pulse, but we're talking about the conveyor belt of new grime energy, new grime artists.
I understand the point that you're making.
Where are they?
I understand the point.
Why are we talking about? We're talking about Flowdown and then like getting the Grammy. Brilliant, big up Flowdown. I know you. We know each other. We talk. Yeah, I love it. It's so nice. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I'm like, was that like a par?
I'm waiting for you. Where you're going?
Because you just mentioned that I said Gets has to come out of the conversation.
No. Gets is in the conversation.
No, Gets is out of the conversation.
I'm saying Gets is in the conversation. I'm saying if Gets is in the conversation, then so are all of the grime acts that, whether you want to call them legacy, current or not.
Do you know what I think's different? Do you know what I think's different? Because the grime acts aren't releasing albums, and Gets at the moment, of course he's not a new artist, but he's entering a new realm as an artist that's releasing albums in the bigger sphere. So I think he's still in the conversation in a newer generation that you might consider Gets to be in. Do you know what I mean?
All right. I understand.
It's a bit technical, innit?
Yeah, but I just feel like I understand the point that you were making, but I was making a different point, and I think that's what we was arguing for no reason. It's there. Where's UK drill at? I use UK because New York are doing drill, Croatia's doing drill, Australia's drills everywhere.
I'll tell you where I think it's at. I think it's at an evolution state, and I think some of the fundamentals, the people that like were there in the beginning of grime, you know, they was listening to 6 Steps,
the purists,
grime. Sorry,
drill.
I'm saying grime, drill.
The purists.
Some of the purists, some of the, you know, they're upset because there's an evolution happening, and it's possibly moving away from the origins of what you expect from UK drill to be like, you know, it doesn't have to be about drillings, trapping and grease. Man are making melodic drill now, and people are like, but that's not drill, but it's the evolution of it. So it's moving away from the origins, and that's what happens with many popular culture.
We're not discussing it, but
popular culture.
But
that's where it's at. The evolution.
Does that conversation not remind you of the conversation that's going on in dancehall right now? I know we're not talking about dancehall, but isn't that like a mirror?
Yeah,
isn't that a mirror thing?
Sounds, but there's a root and there's a core, and I think that's where we're at with UK drill. And I think some people are big mad.
Are you mad at the drill scene?
I'm not mad because we've seen it before, haven't we? We've seen it before, so we understand.
How many times in this podcast are we going to say nothing new under the sun, man? Might as well be the name of the podcast in a minute, but I hear you. Do you know what I'm
saying? We understand it, man. I'm not mad at it. Like, you got someone like K-Trap, who I said needs to be very much in the conversation when it comes to like this UK rap. People want to question like, how healthy is UK rap? K-Trap needs to be in the conversation. You hear a man that makes something like Warm and makes songs like Extra Sleeve and The Greasy of Grease, and then he's got the interlude. And then he's got like Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Evolution, brother. Trend setting. If somebody don't trend set, we're just going to be down there doing the same thing all the time, and then you're going to be turning around like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying?
It gone steel.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Where do you think UK drill's at?
I'm going to be transparent, I think is the word. I was never the deepest in the drill thing. I was never the deepest because like too much dark energy certain times ain't good for the mental. But
we are grime kids, and it was dark energy and grime though.
Yeah, but
you're saying it's a different dark energy.
It was different, and the darker grime energy I weren't really all the way into myself. So I'm keep it's the same for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I weren't all the way into the deeper darker.
You like to bring arms ass to your mum's ass.
Yeah, but I used to like it when man them in the playground cussed each other's mum. I didn't take that serious. Man, I'm not talking about dipping you regular times and putting your body here and like.
And perspective as well. That's the difference though. I don't think the younger audience are taking it serious as well until they see a man doing it on their doorstep.
All right, we don't need to go there, bro. But I hear you, and I'm saying I was never just. Listen, when I say deeper, I mean deeper. What I mean by deeper is, you know, can quote every single bar from the founders and can understand every single part of the evolution. I'm just picking what I enjoy and playing it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then from picking what I like and playing it, certain artists like K-Trap, do you know what I'm saying, come through, and I'm a fan of their music. Do you know what I'm saying? There are more or whatever. You said a lot about Central C. I feel like every generation can have the anomaly. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I say the anomaly, it's like he might not necessarily be the best lyricist of this gen, but he's got it together and he's taken it somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying?
People ain't giving man a chance to grow, blood.
Everything's fast right now.
Ain't even been out here that long. You know what I'm saying? Give a man, like, if you listen to College Dropout and you compare that to like Kanye of 10 years after College Dropout, you will see a growth. Give a man a chance to grow,
Did you really
bro.
just quote Kanye? I'm surprised.
I'm saying, but like...
You see that? Something's happened to you, man, because you don't like Kanye these days. Like, so,
no, but I'm not going to compare College Dropout to Vulture's Kanye. I'm going to compare College Dropout to Pablo.
All right, slow down. Let's take the positive. Yeah, man, listen, I feel like this is something we're going to be covering going forward. The current state of UK grime, UK rap, UK drill. I feel like we need some drill guys in here as well, man. Have the conversation. I saw something on GRM Daily. One of the rappers was getting on the producers, blaming them. It is what it is, but talking about producers, we've got some more music to talk about, man.
Before you move on, I just want to say while we wrap this, if anyone's questioning the state of UK rap, go and listen to that Gets album. Yeah, On Purpose with Purpose, a masterpiece, his best work, quotables on quotables, dynamics, great production, levels. See my American cousins over there want to sometimes chat rubbish about this UK rap thing? Listen to this, listen to this. And if you have some rubbish to say, you just ain't gonna never accept UK rap. I have to say it straight down the camera. You get me?
Yeah, you've come to make your statements today, man. I'm feeling the energy, man. I'm feeling the energy.
Anakin.
As you like to say, the conversation is on site. Can we talk about another album now, please?
Let's talk about another album, man, because you've been dying to talk about this album. Dying. Shouts to Jammer. You know, he does the dying.
Bro,
you know,
I just want to make sure that you're okay, because you're going in right now. Are you cool, yeah?
What do you mean? That wasn't a diss. You think I was dissing?
No, but you're trying to bait me up that I like this project. Yes, I like the project,
you like
bro.
the project.
Relax.
Nah.
What project are we talking about?
I like future projects too. I came in at Monster and I loved Monster.
Future, Metro, Booming.
We don't trust you.
We don't trust you.
And it starts with a song called We Don't Trust You and talking about why they don't trust you. But are we talking about the album more because obviously there's...
We're not going into that. There is a hot take you can watch on the YouTube channel, and that's something that we forgot. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Share, send it to your brethren. Say these guys are talking about you. Boom, bam, do all of that stuff.
2 years since I Never Liked You, the last album.
Okay.
I Never Liked You. He's got the statements in it. I never liked you, and now we don't trust you. Did you think about that?
I think he thought about it. He knew what he was doing.
Is he saying something to somebody?
What he was doing. Listen, for context.
I never liked you.
For context. Future. Yeah. You know, like there's a Mount Rushmore. Yeah. And everyone's talking about the Mount Rushmore of rap. Once again, another reference back to Get's album. They're talking about Mount Rushmore. You see the Mount Rushmore of toxic. Future just might be on there in 4 different phases of his life. He is the king of toxic. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm just here for it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so here for it. Are you here for the toxicity?
No.
And that's why you're not into Future, bro.
No. I'm not here for toxicity in life.
I'm here for it.
A little bit of toxic music.
Yeah, I'm here for the toxic music.
But you asked me if I'm here for the toxicity. And I
Future's toxic.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to specify. Listen, SK showed up to work today. He showed up to work today. So boom, let's get into it. Hot takes.
What was your personal... No, before you say the hot take, we're doing hot takes, but I got a curveball for you because I'm baseballing today. What was your personal expectations for this album, man?
Future and Metro Booming, I just expected it. It was what I expected. It just... This what came through the speakers was what I expected.
So if I say no brainer, do I have to say a pause there?
You can if you feel the need to. It was a no-brainer.
No brainer.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. But all right, let's get into these hot takes, man. Best production.
You ready?
That's the best production.
Mad.
See, I thought you liked the Mobb Deep sample. I thought that was the one that you got.
I did like the Mobb Deep sample, but it's not original. Even though it's a side, they're both samples.
Exactly. So that was a dead. Do the moonwalk. The track's name is Like That, right? Like that. Okay, so you got Like That. You got Like That.
With the sample as well from 1988. Those rappers from the West Coast as well. They're from the West Coast. I can't remember their name, man. I really need to quote them, man. I have to quote them right now, man. Where's the sample? They're called Rodney O and Joe Cooley. The song's called Everlasting Bass. I actually thought it was, what's my man?
No.
What's the soul man with the deep, and he died? What's his name? He's got the deep voice and he makes them sex songs that people play. Nah, not Marvin. The other guy. What's his name? Oh, he's got the unique voice. Nah, man.
Okay, while you work on that.
When I say is because the beat sounds like it samples one of his songs.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I heard it as well.
Well, who's the singer then?
I can't remember his name, but I know he's got that. Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he's got the song.
Yeah.
That is the sample, though.
Is it though?
That's the anyway.
There's no reference to that sample
on who sampled. Okay, cool. Whatever. Okay, so I got to pick because I had 3 here because I didn't know which one you was gonna pick. So I got to pick. I think I'm gonna go with. I'm allowed to a disclaimer as well. Why I've gone with this one? Because
are you talking about favorite lyrics?
No. This is my production.
Productions. Got him.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Everyday Hustle featuring Rick Ross.
Oh, okay. That was a different one.
Yeah. It's Alfredo Brockington is the sample. I had to Google that. So I'm like, what sample is this? But I feel like Metro kind of said to Kanye, you ain't outside by yourself here. I feel like and Metro made Father Stretch Your Hands, which is something that goes over my head until I hear the sample. I'm like, oh yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but Kanye tweaked it though. Kanye tweaked it.
I don't care. Yeah, Metro made that. Yeah, you're taking that away from him. Or I'm not allowing that. So there was that. I felt like that was dope. The Rick Ross verse was dope. And then the beat switched and Future just went in. And I was like, this bumps. Do you know what I'm saying? Close by was Cinderella, but I'm going to lead with that.
For me, close by for me was Type Shit on some spooky cathedral.
Yeah, that's insane.
Spooky cathedral
that
thing.
That beat is nasty.
Mad.
That beat is nasty.
Yeah.
That beat is nasty.
If Young Metro don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Metro on production, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Metro booming on Mike Will made. Mike Will made it.
Metro.
You pick Metro, yeah?
Metro.
Metro or Tay Keith?
Metro.
Tay Keith's coming though, innit?
Take it.
Like, pause.
Good call. Do you know what it is? I feel like when you talk about production on a certain level, it's a preference thing. I feel like all of the names you called are making a high quality music. Mike Will's been kind of quiet over the past 5 years, like in comparison to the rest. But yeah, like let's not front on a lot of the work that he done with Future and a lot of the work that he's done. So now let's get
back to We Don't Trust You. Favorite lyric?
Yeah, favorite lyric.
Moving through the city with your boo type shit.
Yeah. Was that your favorite lyric?
I like that. I just like that. Listen, we ain't looking for the deepest lyric from Future. Future's, you know what I mean?
Nah,
it's gonna be different.
Man, that's lazy, bro. That is so lazy.
Moving through the city with your boo type shit.
Okay, keep going then.
I like it. No, I don't.
Oh my word. All right, cool. So
I thought it was rude.
No.
If a man said that to you, if a man wrote a tune and it was doing it to you, I'm gonna say it.
Playboy Carti took that song. He took that song. So the fact that you even picked the Future one, that's how I know he's being lazy, because Playboy Carti, he was on that rhythm.
She ready to suck it up on some soup type shit.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to pick one now, innit? I've got four. I didn't know what he was coming with. I think I'm going to go with the intro, because I found it was like, it was a setup for what was coming. He said, you a ninja #1 fan, dog. Sneak dissing, I don't understand, dog. Pillow talking, acting like a fan. You can tell I'm into this. You know what I'm saying? He went on, he said, I don't need another fake fan, dog.
What song?
Can't be bad. This is on the intro. Can't be about our whole, cause we sharing, dog. In your feelings, ninja. Who you playing, dog? I believe them bars were at Drake. And then when we done our hot takes, you said, what's Future doing on the song before Kendrick comes in? Bro, Future's saying the same stuff in line with this, talking about what us Caribbeans would call a gal clown, innit? Like, he's talking about gal clown outside. So, you get me? What else did I
Send it for me, yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Drake,
because you're saying that, like I said, like, what's Future saying before that on the song?
No, you sent it for yourself when you said that, bro. I told you need to listen to it and come back today, and you come back with type shit. I mean, come on, guys. This is lazy. So, all
right, unlike that,
you don't know what a gal clown is? A man that acts like an idiot when it comes to girls, or, you know what I'm saying?
Gal clown.
Yeah.
You get enlightenment today.
Girls turn you stupid, basically. That's the meaning of a... that's the meaning of a gal clown.
Yeah, like, no, because you tried to pull me up on that. Like that. Yeah, obviously we got the fiery Kendrick Lamar verse.
We're not talking about Kendrick Lamar's verse.
We're not.
Okay,
but he went at the big three, he went very fiery. But we got Future doing something totally different. So I'm kind of feeling like, did I want Future to come with something fiery like that as well? Or should he have just like changed his verse? Should he have just gave the song to Kendrick?
The sample, I don't have the verbatim. The sample that comes in at the end of, I think it's is it Type-ish or Claustrophobic? One of them, and then it goes into the like that beat. It's all connected, bro. And then I felt like Future was just making his point that we don't trust you, and Kendrick went inferno with the thing, basically. I felt like Future alley-ooped him clean. It was a clean alley-oop. It was like, yeah, you go through now, go in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
really? Set him up, line him up, yeah?
Yeah, line him up, threw that alley-oop, and Kendrick dunked. That was a 360, two-handed.
I was trying to explain to SK before the cameras were on that Kendrick has finally bust case in terms of he's had this thing about, no girl wants to shake ass to Kendrick in the club. And so a lot of people online are talking about the fact that this one is actually going off.
Okay.
And Kendrick's finally beat the allegations.
Okay. When you said Kendrick's bust case, then I was ready to defend him, like, even before. Now that you've made the point. Okay.
I think this is kind of crazy. So, like, people that say that Kendrick Lamar ain't in the clubs, I don't know what they're listening to, or they just ain't in the clubs. You can't get in the clubs.
Okay.
Because like there is some
How you gonna hit from
Kendrick
outside?
Lamar bangers.
You can't even
There's
get
some
in.
bangers, bro. There's some
Okay.
bangers. What's the tune he's got with Baby Keem?
No, we're not doing that.
No. Hold on. I want to enlighten. No. Hold on.
Family ties. No, we're not doing that, bro. We're not talking about Kendrick on Future's album.
Ding.
We're not talking about Kendrick in Future's
do you know
album.
what I've been talking about it? Because he's saying that verse on Kendrick Lamar.
In the middle of the hot take, you want to talk about Kendrick's album?
He's saying the verse that Kendrick Lamar has on Future's song has finally got Kendrick Lamar in the club. Do you think I'm going to let that fly? Shall we let that fly? Kendrick's your number one. He's your guy.
We're going to talk about Kendrick and all of them after.
Are you going to let that fly? You're going to let that go by?
When you're ready to...
On the slide?
No. I'll just let
Oh, me, oh,
What do you
my.
think the replay value is?
For me, high.
The album. We don't trust you.
High replay value. I think I've absolutely battered this project last weekend, beginning of this week, and then I'll probably batter it for the next week, and then I'll put it down, and then at the end of summer I'll ride to it again like it's a brand new album, and then at Christmas when man's getting, you know what I'm saying, my belly full and everything, I'll probably put that in the headphones and roll it again. Like, this is cold.
Replay. Claustrophobic. Mad thing.
Yeah,
Claustrophobic.
The reloads I got. Go on, finish.
Seen it all, man. They flipped the Mob Deep Quiet Storm sample.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like the fact that the reason why it's got a lot of replay value for me as well, aside from the production from Metro, just going bananas, the Prodigy interludes, like Prodigy from Mob Deep is kind of giving some like commentary throughout the album. I don't know where it came from. I love it though. He's talking his shit. And it's so nice to see that regardless of what people think about Atlanta running things, yeah, that Future, one of the biggest guys from Atlanta, one of the biggest influencers, inverted commas, has an East Coast legend doing commentary on the album. It goes 360. I love it.
It's I mean, it's credit to the core of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Prodigy, etc. But yeah, my reload, Cinderella type ish, like that, Ice Attack with the beat switch, mad, Everyday Hustle with the beat switch, mad, Young Metro's insane, Claustrophobic, wow, Fried I get down with as well, and WTFM, mad. So
you didn't mention Princess Diana, which I just think like
that's not one of mine, but
yeah, Princess Diana.
It's
It's the chorus. There's quite a significant amount of skips on this project for me. I'm not going to front. There is, but like the ones that don't skip, maybe make up for it. This is a long project, man. It's like 17 songs. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's
17 songs
lengthy.
is 59 minutes. Yeah. So
describe the project, man.
Booming. That's my.
I concur, man.
Booming. No, you got to pick your own. Booming. Yeah. No. That just happened. Booming. The reason why I say booming, the reason why booming is my one word, the reason why, no. I'll take it.
Nah, I'll leave you hanging there.
Cool. The reason why I say booming is because, bro, I mean, listen, I had a lot more lyrics to get through. We're not going to do that. I'll move on. Metro, like, it's not about having the most complex production. It's just about doing the right thing for the track. Do you understand what I'm saying? And some of this production is a lot, but not all of it needs to be a lot. One of the reasons why I feel like mumble rap was able to was able to explode and be so big is because the production behind a lot of these mumble rappers, this is not mumble rap, just to be clear, the production behind a lot of these mumble rappers meant that we didn't even need them on the song. We could have just played that beat in the club and everybody would have bounced to it. And I think Metro is one of the elites of his generation in music. If you go to his house, his plaques are just ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you go to a studio or whatever, his credits are there. So I don't need to overly promote Metro. But I think Metro, especially when Future and Metro work together, it's crazy.
I definitely agree. Like that, when it first came out, I thought it was so meaty at first, the production. And it was amazing that in a couple of days, I was like, this is hard. I don't know how that happened, but...
Right. Yes, you see that? Yeah, you see that, right? That exactly what you're talking about. That happens with a lot of great music. Like, people that turn around on day one of the album coming out and saying, this is a classic. I'm not going to lie to you. You may feel like that and that may be justified, but instantly you're telling me you're an idiot.
You got to let it soak. You
have to let it marinate.
Is that a pause moment? Like saying you got to let it soak?
Bro, if you want to pause. Don't ask me. Stop asking me. I'm not the pause police.
That shouldn't be
Get Dame Dash on the phone. Get Cameron on the phone. They'll tell you how to pause. But yeah, I think you have to let it marinate. You have to let things live before you call it. And this project for me, it's serious.
I say booming too. I got some points.
No, you can't say booming.
No, I'm saying booming. I say boombox. Can I say boombox? That's rubbish, innit?
Terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
Terrible. Go on then. Finish. What are we saying?
I say this is for you because you love him. All right, I just want to say this, yeah. I've got a few points to make. It's going off of the Future thing. Yeah. We don't love you. What's the album called again?
We don't trust you.
We don't trust you. Just making sure you know.
You know, you said it wrong and then tried to use help. Go through, cut through.
So I was at slight odds. Like, I really want to pick up on this. I was at slight odds with the fact that Future definitely got washed on like that. He got washed. He got rinsed. He got rinsed. He got rinsed. But what I did like was when he said 20-carat ring, I put my fingers down her throat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Lose a carat, she might choke.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of crazy. But when you're talking, he's talking about that.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick's going in with the venom.
Yeah.
We don't feel like Future should have wrote
As I
his
said
verse.
to you, Future was getting on to the gal clown. And that's what he's talking about. He said, I got your hoe. He said, when he's talking about the things on her, he said, I got your hoe.
Yeah, but how can he be going in like on a gal clown thing and then Kendrick's going in on the big three on the same song?
Because as it's alleged and not been confirmed, the gal clown is Drake.
So
put the intro with his lyrics on diss track together, and then Kendrick finishes it off. That's why I said it was an alley-oop.
I Never Liked You was the name of the last album. This one's called We Don't Trust You. Them two are firing shots on the same. This is what we're putting it to. I Never Liked You. They had a joint album.
This is what I mean. I Never Liked You might not necessarily have been a Drake. Drake's on that.
On the album. Yeah.
So that's not. He's on two tracks on that album. So that couldn't have been there. But obviously something's happened since then. We're here now. It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Moving.
She think because she exotic bitch, she attractive. I thought that was kind of crazy still. I just want to address you though, because he never let me address it before. And how you saying that like Kendrick ain't in the clubs. Oh, dear. I think you need to get your ass in the club. I don't think you're in the club. I don't know whether they're allowing you in the club or you just being excluded or whatever. You just be left in the line or something. I'm telling you, Kendrick has stuff going off in the club, man. Backseat Freestyle, Mad City, Humble, Family Ties.
Even Swimming Pools.
All right. N95. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, chorus, mad.
All vibes.
Like,
I'm here for it. It's not my argument.
It's mad.
I'm just telling you what the
like anybody, like I feel like it's been a running common myth that Kendrick Lamar isn't in the club. Like, bro, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Money Trees is insane.
I wouldn't say, that could go down in the club as well.
I'm not laughing. I'm saying that bangs.
I mean, can you twerk to Money Trees though?
Is it?
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can you twerk?
This is a conversation I brought up in the first place.
What? So just
guys, let me know when I can end it back into this convo.
Just because a gal can't twerk to it, can't get played in the club.
No, that was the criticism. That's the point that he made. There was a criticism that Kendrick doesn't have songs that ladies can twerk to.
Oh man, it's not all about that.
It's never been about that.
Club music, man. He's got songs. He's got bangers in the clubs, man.
He's got club records.
Have you ever heard Backseat Freestyle in the club?
Have I ever heard Backseat Freestyle
in the club? I'm talking about. I can
imagine it going off to Backstreet Freestyle in the club,
bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Backers can go for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that again one more time.
I'm saying backers can go for that though. What are you saying? You don't hold the backers?
Are you dumb? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? Nah, bro. Nah, fam.
What, turn around your gal?
Nah, bro. I don't even, bro. That's not what you said. Crazy. Cool. We're moving.
Before we move on.
We're moving fast. Cause we need to move fast.
The imagery we were talking at the top of the podcast about, album art. I actually think this is really hard. I'm fucking with it heavy.
We're going back in time.
They're like in the desert.
Okay.
They've got like the white shirts.
He's talking about the We Don't Trust You album artwork.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think it's
so. To wrap on that, we're wrapping on We Don't Trust You. But when we did
you know why we're not? Do you know why we're not? I've got something else to say.
Well, true.
Because slightly, and I don't really like to bring conversations outside of the podcast onto the podcast, yeah. But shout out to Sarah Harrison. She loves Future. Mm-hmm. You love Future as well. He's like one of your top artists, yeah?
I'm a Future fan, yes.
You've said to me before that I don't understand Future enough because I haven't been to Atlanta. And I think that's blasphemy. Did you say something like that to me?
I said exactly that.
Yeah? So are you telling me that to understand every artist, I need to go to their borough? Because I understand Biggie, I understand Jay-Z, I've never been in New York. I understand Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, I've never been in New York.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not
Many
what I'm
artists
saying.
I understand, I ain't been to their borough. So why are you telling me I have to go to Atlanta to understand Future?
I'm telling you that you don't enjoy the Atlanta culture. I mean, you don't enjoy that sound or that vibe because you never experienced the Atlanta culture. People that have enjoyed the Atlanta culture, and when I say, I mean, listen, it gets ratchet, bro. You got to go to the strip clubs, and you got to understand that Magic City is a club, not a strip club. That sounds mad. There's arse and titties everywhere, but it's actually a club. It's probably one of the best clubs in America.
So you're saying people can't understand, like, or they can't get with it?
No, I'm saying
they're not going to understand Playboy Carti, Migos and that.
When you,
I like Andre 3000. I like Outkast.
It's different. Andre 3000 is a different generation and a different sound. Andre 3000 is a lyricist. You don't need to understand the Atlanta street culture to understand this music. Like, to be fair, I think before we called it mumble rap, it was known as strip club music. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think when you have an insight into that, it just hits differently. I can't describe it. Like, I would do story time, but I don't want to do that story time because it involves Magic City. I'll be real. I went to Magic City and we were going to Rick Ross.
Club, yeah?
No, we were going to a Rick Ross party in a mansion in Atlanta. And we pulled up. Everywhere we roll, we're rolling with T.I. The gate opens, we're walking through the back door. T.I. pulls out last minute. We make our way there. The queue is at least an hour long. It's 2 a.m. Man, them are like, we're going Magic City. I'm annoyed. I don't like strip clubs. I'm annoyed. I want to go home.
Don't everyone love
on top of that, I've had to pay to get in.
My team.
I'm even more mad.
Why?
Because it's just how it happened. I've had to pay to go to Magic City. I'm annoyed. I don't want to spend my... It don't matter. It's just a principle.
No, I just want to know how much it was.
I don't want to go this place. I can't remember. I don't want to go this place. And on top of me not wanting to go to this place, I've paid to go in this place. I've gone in the place. I sat down. I'm looking around. I'm not involved. Woo, 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 woo. Chip handed me a bunch of ones. I sat them there.
And 15 minutes.
15 minutes later, I had no ones left.
You made it rain.
It was crazy. You get me? Not to hurt my other brothers that know what I'm talking about, but yeah, boom. It's what it is. So,
you know, when you make it rain, like, I'm not saying I have or haven't done that before. I just want to say, because you're talking about your story. When you was making it rain, did you enjoy it?
It was insane, bro.
Insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
Insane in the membrane?
That part. So, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you,
brain?
Bro? Oh, yeah, no. The money hit the floor of the club. It didn't leave the place. You can stop all of that part, what you're doing. I feel like I've articulated myself well. Boom. So listen, some random stuff that I just want to mention, yeah? Because I just want to know how this made everybody feel, because this really upset me, bro. Have you seen that there's trouble in Neptune?
Neptune's when you talk about Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
Pharrell Williams' birthday, as we record this podcast, he is definitely April baby. There's problems. What's going on? Because like Pharrell tried to do something aggressively and own the Neptune's name or something like that, right?
Yeah. So basically, he's tried to buy the rights outright for himself by himself. But according to Chad's lawyer, everything was agreed to be split down the middle, and they found out that he's buying all of this stuff himself, and now they're going to court. And I'm just like, not the Neptunes, man.
It always gets a bit messy eventually.
But why?
When big money's involved, man, what do you expect?
Who would you say is the one
aggressor? Oh, okay.
The one iconic group, or just
the Locks,
things that consist of more than more than two people that have managed to keep it together, man.
Yeah, the Locks, D-Block.
If the Locks,
Jadakiss, Chic, and Styles P, man, them man, they don't beef.
If the Locks, and I don't even want to talk this into existence because I'm just confident that it will stay that way, because them man really seem like they're 100 before and after the music turns on. But if the Locks had a beef between them,
everything's over, so it's finished. Everyone's going to argue in life eventually. Because when you look at most rap groups, or like, I don't know if it's just in, like, it's rapping here, we talk about rap. Outkast, Big Boy and Andre 3000, rumours of tension over the years. NWA, you know, there was the Ice Cube and Dr. Dre stuff, or like, who else? Mobb Deep.
What was the name of the diss that he done? Ice Cube done to them again? You don't remember the name of that diss?
No, I'm saying it's been all over, man. Mobb Deep, Havoc, and Prodigy, stuff going on between them. I don't really like. There's been tension in Wu-Tang as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Migos, like more recently, like tension between, you know, the three members who are even family members. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a family beef, and then it all kind of went upside and left and right and
everywhere. Even between the City Girls, there's been like rumors of tension. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. They're going solo Seagulls, now, and boom.
The Seagulls.
Everywhere, man.
All right, so we're at the end of the podcast.
Conversations on site. SK Vibemaker DJ Illness.
But once again,